Hello, everybody. Hi, I am back again. This is Yashika welcoming you all to our YouTube channel. How's everybody? Swiflearn is back again with a new topic and a new class. I'm waiting for people to join. Hi, Anugya. How are you? I welcome you all to the Swiflearn YouTube channel. And today, again, we are going to have a lot of fun. We are back again with a very interesting and useful topic. Waiting for other people to join. Yes. Are you guys revising the previously learned concepts that we did in the previous class? Type in the comment box and tell me what did we do in the previous class. Today we are back with a new topic, but what did we do in the previous session? Can anybody tell me? Type in the comment box, those who are watching, and tell me what did we do? A very nice topic we completed in the previous class. So, if you remember, we did formal letter writing and we learned the art of letter writing, how to write a letter to your school or your college principal or any other professional. It was a formal letter writing class and we all enjoyed a lot. So, today we are back again. Let's see what we are going to do. Waiting for people to join so that we can quickly start with the lesson and have some fun. So here I have started sharing my screen. I hope you all are able to see what I have displayed. As you can see, we are back again with a new session, a new topic for you. Swiflearn, which is India's most sincere learning destination for classes 3 to 10. What are the important features and important qualities of Swiflearn? Why you should join Swiflearn? That I'm quickly going to tell you. Swiflearn is going to provide you 100% live and interactive classes with personalized attention because the batch is going to be maximum 6 students. Isn't it interesting? You are going to have fun with the other classmates, and at the same time, you will get personalized attention. You will also have a dedicated academic mentor team to track and work on your progress. We cover the syllabus as per your school exam schedule, and we handle some custom requests also. If you have any special request for us as per your syllabus and your requirement, we are always there to help you out. So, what are you waiting for? Do not miss on this opportunity to join Swiflearn. These are our key features. We provide detailed progress reports. Swiflearn also conducts Swiflearn Academic Test Series, also known as SATs, which is a kind of a competitive exam in which you are going to get a competitive feeling and it will really prove out to be really fruitful and knowledgeable for you. Finally, the plus point that you're going to get, you can take unlimited practice tests at Swiflearn and subject this test for your school exams. So we are not only going to provide you the objective tests, but also the subjective tests for your school exams. Isn't it interesting? So what are you waiting for? Do not miss on this opportunity. Join Swiflearn today. Book a free trial class. So that's all about Swiflearn, and let's move forward. The most important thing, if you like the session, do not forget to subscribe, press the bell icon so that you never miss any update. Also, do not forget to like, comment, and share this video. Keep watching Swiflearn and stay tuned for more videos. And here we go. We are now finally going to start with the lesson for today. The lesson that we have for today is punctuation. As you can see on the screen, a very interesting and useful topic. This is the topic that we are going to do today, punctuation. But before we proceed forward to the topic of punctuation, let's first recall what actually punctuation is. Anybody here knows what's punctuation and what is the use of punctuation in English grammar? How punctuation helps you in your language learning journey? Do you know that? So let me tell you, punctuation shows how the sentence should be read and it makes the meaning clear, right? For example, I write a sentence over here. Please concentrate. This is the sentence. Yes. So here is the sentence that I have written on the screen. Just a second. Let me correct it. And now I went to the market and bought fruits, vegetables, cakes, pastries, and soft drinks. So, this is the sentence that I've given to you. I went to the market and got fruits, vegetables, cakes, pastries, and soft drinks. So, don't you feel that this sentence doesn't give an appropriate meaning because I haven't used the proper punctuation in it? Yes, I have used a full stop, but only full stop is not the important thing to be used. There are other punctuation marks as well, which you need to use in your sentence so as to make the meaning clear and so that you can read the sentence properly. So, what I should do here, I went to the market and got fruits, comma, vegetables, comma, cakes, comma, pastries and soft drinks. So, comma, full stop, all these things are used to give a clear meaning to your sentence so that you can read them properly and your sentence can give a clear meaning. This is the reason why we are going to learn the use of punctuation marks today. And do not forget that punctuation is a very important part of your English language learning journey, as it can help you to write better sentences, better paragraphs, and it can actually help you to excel in your language learning journey. So, what are we waiting for? Let's start with learning punctuation. So here are the learning objectives of the class. What we are going to do? We are going to start with the definition of punctuation. Then we will move on different types of punctuation marks. Like I told you, full stop is not only the punctuation mark we use. We use full stop, we use comma, and we use interjections, we use some exclamation marks. There are different types of punctuations that we use. Then we will try to understand the relevance. Why are we using punctuation marks and what is the need to use them? We will also learn how to use them in different sentences, some examples, application in real life, and finally, some interesting exercises for you all so that you can explore the world of punctuations. So let's move forward now. Here is the definition of punctuation on the screen. Punctuations are used to create sense. Mark this word, clarity and stress in sentences. One uses punctuation marks to structure and organize one's writing. These words are really important. Let's lay emphasis on this. Punctuations are used to create sense, clarity, and stress. Did you see? These are three different words: sense, clarity, and stress. And these are separated by a comma. So when I was speaking, I was giving a pause in between sense, clarity, and stress. And what if I read it like this? Punctuations are used to create sense, clarity, and stress. No. Comma means I have to give a pause in between to separate the both words. Punctuations are used to create sense, clarity, and stress in sentences. Right? And it gives a structure to your sentence and organizes your writing. For example, let's eat grandma. Number one. Let's eat grandma. Number two. Let's eat grandma. So, did you hear and feel the difference? Punctuation mark, comma is playing an important role here. Along with comma, I also have an exclamation mark because I'm expressing a strong feeling. Let's eat grandma. Let's eat grandma. So we require a pause here. That is the reason we have comma, full stop, question mark, and many other punctuation marks. So let's start with the first type of punctuation mark, which is capital letter. It is very important for you to learn the importance of capital letters. As you all know, capital letters are placed at the beginning of any sentence. And all proper nouns, do you remember proper nouns? Recall proper nouns. The specific name of a person, place, animal, or thing is called a proper noun. So, proper nouns always start with a capital letter. For example, if I talk about Taj Mahal, so Taj Mahal is the name of a special place. So Taj is going to start from a capital letter, and Mahal is also going to start with a capital letter. Why? Because it is a proper noun, specific and special name of a place. So, whenever you have the names of monuments, some geographical locations like different places, so what you do, you start their names with a capital letter. Nationalities like I am Indian, some other person may be Canadian, some other person may be Japanese. So, Japanese, Indian, Canadian, all these are going to have capital letter in the beginning. Languages are also proper nouns. Hindi, English, Persian, Arabic, all these are language. So they start with a capital letter. Now, names of days: Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday, all the days of the week, they start with capital letters. Monday, like Tuesday. And when we talk about months, months also start with capital letters like March, December. So remember that all these are the words that start with a capital letter, all proper nouns. And whenever you start your sentence, the first letter of your sentence is always capital. Titles of books, magazines, newspapers, plays, and movies. So, name of any book. For example, I say the Jungle Book. So, it is going to start with a capital letter. Name of any magazine. For example, I say the Metropolitan Magazine. So, it is going to start with a capital letter. Any newspaper, Times of India, Hindustan Times, the Hindu, Indian Express, they all are going to start with capital letters. The names of plays, Akbar and Birbal play, or any play, it is going to start with capital letter. Then the names of movies. Any movie that you have watched, whether it is Avengers or it is The Jungle Book, Lion King, any movie, it is going to start with a capital letter. So now, did we get to know the use of capital letters at the beginning of any sentence, in the proper nouns, and in the titles of books, magazines, newspaper, plays, and movies. So I hope the use of capital letters is clear to you. Now let's see what is the symbol of a full stop. Now we have come on the second one. The second punctuation mark here we have is a full stop. Most commonly you see it here like a dot. So it is a full stop. And this is the symbol for full stop. Now you must be knowing and you have learned in your earlier classes also that a full stop is used at the end of the sentence, right? Whenever your sentence comes to an end, we use a full stop there. For example, my name is Richa. So the sentence has come to an end. So to mark the ending of the sentence, we need to use a full stop. Similarly, there are other uses of full stops also. It's not that we only use full stop to mark the end of the sentence. Sometimes full stops are also used between initials or your personal names. Initial means the starting letters of your name. I'm going to show you. Sometimes what happens that some people have a big name. So they prefer to use their initials. Initial means starting letters of their name. For example, AP Sharma. So here A and P are the initials of the name. Now, Mrs. Mrs. is an abbreviation, short form, right? So, how do we write Mrs.? We write MRS and after that we place a full stop. Also, if you can see this initial of the name, we have one full stop here after A and another full stop here after P. And finally, when you have used the full stop in the abbreviation, in the initial of the name, you also have to use it at the end of the sentence. You also need to use it at the end of the sentence. So I hope the use of full stop and capital letter is clear. Now, I would like to share a very nice and interesting fact with you. And the fact is, while making a request, full stops are used rather than a question mark. Whenever you make a request to anybody, you use full stops. You don't use question marks. May I send you the file required? Full stop after the request. Don't feel that we are asking a question. May I send you the file required? So we can end it with a question mark. No. If it is a request, then you have to use a full stop at the end of the sentence. So always keep this fact in your mind. So let's revise. What did we do? We started from capital letter. I told you where do we use capital letters in the beginning of sentences, proper nouns, titles. Then we came to full stop. I told you the usage of full stop at the end of a sentence or used between the initials or personal names. Full stop and capital letters are clear. I hope these are clear to you. Yes. All right. So if these are clear to you, let's move towards the next kind of punctuation mark. Let's come on the second type of punctuation mark, and this is the comma. Can you see? Now you must be knowing that where do we use comma? I already told you in the beginning of the class that we use comma to separate some words from the other words of a sentence. I told you this, right? So now we are going to learn about that comma only. Yes, I can see your comments, Anugya and Viraj, that you have seen Avengers. It's your favorite movie. That's very good. Anugya, punctuation means the use of certain marks in your sentences. For example, a comma. For example, a full stop. The use of certain symbols in your sentences so that your sentence can give a better meaning and it can make a clear sense. Okay, that's the meaning of punctuation. Now, We will see here that a comma is used to separate a list of similar words or phrases, right? She was young, beautiful, kind, and intelligent. What if I say this sentence like this? She was young, beautiful, kind, and intelligent. My sentence is not making much sense, right? So, as to give a proper meaning to my sentence, I need to separate these words by using commas, and also I need to speak it with pauses. Let's see the difference now. She was young, beautiful, kind, and intelligent. So, whenever commas are there in your sentences, you also need to read them properly by using some pauses in between. So this is about comma. Let's move forward and learn some more uses of comma. A comma informs the reader to pause before continuing. That is what I told you. That a comma informs the reader to pause before continuing. That if you have different words in your sentence where you need to pause before moving on to the other word, right? For example, Neha, please get me a glass of water. So if there is a comma after Neha, I need to pause there. I do not have to read it in a flow. Neha, please get me a glass of water. No, not like this. This is not the appropriate way to read. How do we read it? Neha, please get me a glass of water. You also try to read it with me. Although I cannot hear you, but you keep on practicing. Neha, please give me a glass of water. So punctuation marks also tell us that where we need to pause before continuing the sentence. Now the next one. The comma is also placed after salutation in personal letters and after the complimentary clause. You know, when we write letters, we write these kind of salutations. Dear Sanju, respected madam or sir, yours truly, yours sincerely. Now try to recall what did we learn in the previous class. We did formal letter. In that, we learned how to write the salutation while writing a letter. Respected madam, respected sir. So, after respected madam or respected sir or dear Sanju, we use commas. And we also use after the complimentary close. When we are closing the letter, I told you signing off. When we are signing off in the letter, closing the letter by saying yours truly, yours sincerely, yours faithfully, at that time also comma is placed. So now try to link this concept with what we did in the previous class. Try to link informal letter or formal letter with the use of punctuations, because you need to use punctuations while writing a letter also, right? So this was the use of comma. Now let's see some more examples and some more situations in which we can use comma. While giving an example and using expressions like namely, that is, what do? We use a comma after it. Let's read the example. There are many pet animals in this shop. This is the short form for namely. Viz. Viz means namely. We are telling the names of the animals, right? So this means namely. There are many pets in the shop. Namely, after namely, see, I have a comma. This is called namely. Viz. Dog, cat, squirrel, but dog is the most beautiful. So, see, whenever you give examples of something, like here you are giving the examples of animals. So, whether you give the examples of birds or you give examples of some herbivores, carnivores, or any examples that you give, you need to separate them with commas. And after words like namely, that is, you need to have a comma. Like here you have comma, and this I dot E, it is the short form of that is. Keep it in your mind. I dot E is the short form is that is, and viz is the short form of namely. All right. So while giving examples, do not forget to use the comma. Now, another use of comma. Comma is also used as a conjunction to separate clauses. You know what is a clause? Anybody knows what is a clause? If you know that, please type it in the comment box. What's a clause? Who's going to tell me what is a clause? Tell me, everybody. I am waiting. What is a clause? You must have done dependent, independent clauses. A clause has a subject, it has a verb, it can be independent also. It doesn't require another sentence to give the complete meaning. It can be dependent also, which requires the help of another sentence to give complete meaning. So, comma is sometimes used as a conjunction to separate clauses. For example, the girl went to the school. This is our first clause. A clause has a subject, which is the girl, and the verb, which is the went, and an object, which is school. So this is the first clause. Now, second clause. Then she went to her dance class. This is the second clause. So these two clauses together are making the sentence. But if you want to separate them, you can use a comma in between. All right. One clause is separated from another clause by using comma. So here comma is acting as a conjunction. Conjunction means a joining or a linking word, which is linking two different sentences together. Otherwise, they won't give proper meaning. Right? Now, last one, comma is also used to introduce the final term in a close series. A pencil, an eraser, and a water bottle is required. Can you see? A pencil, comma, an eraser, again, comma. When you are introducing the final term, which is the water bottle here, before that also you have a comma, right? So now we saw the uses of comma, full stop, and capital letters. Now, the most important thing that you need to keep it in your mind regarding comma is also used to set off a definite place, month, or year. You must be knowing whenever you write your address, you write like this. First, you write your street name, your city name. You separate it from the city name with the help of a comma. For example, MG Road, Malad. So, what we are doing? We are separating the name of the road and the city or the place with the help of a comma. And you must be knowing whenever we write dates, then also after writing the month and the day, we get a comma here. We write a comma, we make a comma before writing the year. March 2, then comma 2008. All right. So this was about the usage of comma. Comma is also used to set off a direct quotation. This is a quotation. Did you finish your lunch? Did you finish your lunch? So you are separating the quotation from the rest of the sentence. Mother asked, then comma, did you finish your lunch? Last one. Comma is also used to point off numbers as in thousands, lakhs, crores. In your mathematics, you all must have learned the Indian and international system of numbering. Yes, Indian and international place value system. And you know that the commas are placed differently in Indian system according to the groups or periods, and they are placed differently in the international system according to the place. For example, if we read this number, we read it as 82,320. How do we read this number? 1,26,570. So we need to separate these numbers according to the place value with the use of commas. So finally, we have now completed the use of capital letters, full stop, and comma. And it's time to discuss the next punctuation mark here, which is question mark. Oh, another important punctuation mark. This is very easy. We ask so many questions in everyday life, right? Okay, let's play a game. I want to ask a question from everybody. Who likes to eat pizza here? Type yes in the comment box if you like to eat pizza. Who likes to eat pizza here? This is my question. So, those who like to eat pizza, type yes in the comment box. This is my question. Who likes to eat pizza here? And I'm using a question mark after it. Whoever likes to eat pizza, type it in the comment box. Yes. Anugya, Viraj, waiting for your responses. Yes, everybody. Nobody likes to eat pizza. Yes, Virat Chawla has typed yes twice. He really likes to eat pizza, and even I do. So, this is the question that I asked from you. So, basically, what I wanted to do, I wanted to make you understand that we use question marks when we want to ask a question. It is placed at the end of an interrogatory sentence. Now the question comes, what is this interrogatory sentence, ma'am? Please tell us. So always try to link your present knowledge with your previous knowledge. Try to link this lesson with whatever you have learned in previous classes. When you have done the lesson of sentences, you have done different types of sentences: declarative sentence, interrogative sentence, positive sentences, negative sentences, exclamatory, imperative. You all have done different types of sentences, and interrogatory sentences one of them. So let's try to link it. Question mark is used at the end of an interrogatory sentence. So what is an interrogatory sentence? An interrogatory sentence is a sentence which asks questions, right? It is used to ask questions, right? Always keep it in your mind. Interrogatory sentences are used to ask questions. Similarly, we talk about declarative sentence, they make a statement. We talk about imperative sentences, they make a request or they give a command. Similarly, if we talk about exclamatory sentences, they express a strong feeling. So, what we are doing here, we are not only learning the topic of punctuation, we are also correlating other topics of grammar. This is the benefit of Swiflearn videos, that we also correlate other topics of grammar with the topic that we are doing presently. So, now this is an example of a question. Do you speak Italian? It's a question. Okay, even I would like to ask a question from everybody once again. Which are the languages that you speak? Type the name of the languages that you all like to speak or you know. Type the name of the different languages. Which are the languages do you speak? Hindi, English, Spanish, French, Sanskrit. Which languages do you speak? I'm asking a question. Write your answers. Yes, so waiting for the answers. Tell me, Anugya, Viraj, and other people, which are the languages do you speak? I speak Hindi, English, Punjabi. Which are the languages do you speak? All right, so waiting for the answers. Meanwhile, let's not waste time and move forward to the use of question marks. It can be used after each separate part of the sentence which contains more than one question. So, this is an interesting thing to understand. What if your sentence has more than one questions? For example, are you sure about his address? Qualification, martial status. So this is a complete sentence, but your sentence is having three different questions in it, right? So you can use question marks after each question. Whether there is one question in your sentence, there are two or three. So Virat Chawla has given the answer that he speaks Spanish, Hindi, and English. All right. And he speaks Punjabi too. Nice. Great. So we were talking about question mark. That question mark comes after each question, no matter how many questions are there in your complete sentence. Now, let's move forward to another type of punctuation mark that we are going to do today, and that is an exclamation mark. So, honestly speaking, this is my favorite type of punctuation mark because it is used to express strong feelings. Whenever you have to express your anger or you need to express your excitement, sometimes you also have to express your sorrow. So, for all these emotions and strong feelings, we have a symbol, we have a mark that is called an exclamation mark. Keep in your mind these symbols because you are going to use the symbols in the sentences, right? So we know that exclamation marks are used to indicate expression in a sentence. You can express your emotions of surprise, sadness, anger, anything. For example, just imagine you won a quiz, right? What would you say? Bravo, I won the quiz. So this is what? If I say bravo, I won the quiz. After bravo, I am going to use an exclamation mark because I have expressed a strong feeling. My feelings I'm trying to express, my feeling of happiness and victory. Now let's see the opposite case here. Alas, we were defeated. So this is a case of sadness. I'm trying to express my sorrow here in the second one. So keep it in your mind that exclamation marks are not only used to express your happiness, your surprise, they are also express sadness, and they are also used to express some other feelings like anger. All right. Okay, I'm going to give a task to you everybody. Make a sentence and use exclamation mark in it. Make a sentence, type that sentence in the comment box and use exclamation mark in it. You don't have to write exclamation mark. You only have to use the symbols of the marks. Please keep it in your mind. For example, here, this is the exclamation mark symbol. So only make the symbol. Don't write exclamation mark as a word. All right. So this was about exclamation marks. Now, okay. So let's try to correlate our knowledge once again. So the sentences that end with an exclamation mark, which are having an exclamation mark at the end, what are they called? The sentences that had question marks were called interrogatory sentences. The one which have full stop are called declarative or assertive sentences. So the sentences which have exclamation mark after them, what kind of sentences are they called? They are called exclamatory sentences. So we are correlating the knowledge. We are relating the topic of punctuation marks with the topic of sentences, right? Exclamatory sentence in which we have an exclamation mark. Now, so far we did the use of a capital letter, a full stop, then we did the use of comma. We also did the use of question mark. Then finally we are on exclamation mark. After exclamation mark, we are on the next one. And the next is interjections. What are interjections? Anybody knows? What are interjections? Interjections are the words which express your emotions and feelings. Now you would say, ma'am, you were saying that exclamatory marks are used to express emotions. There are some words in your sentence. Words will express your emotions, but after the emotion word, you will have an exclamatory mark. Okay, words are going to express your emotions and feeling, but after that word, you are going to have an exclamatory mark because that is just a symbol. A symbol cannot express your emotion. Words can express your emotion, but after the word, you will have an exclamation mark, which shows that you are expressing your strong emotions. Let's see a few examples of interjections here. Ouch! OMG! You must be using this in your daily life. OMG! Oh my god! Wow! Help! So these are interjections. A word followed by an exclamation mark. You have a word that expresses a strong feeling, and after that word, you have an exclamation mark. Correct? Such words that are used to express your emotions and feeling. What are these words called? Interjections. And they are mostly followed by an exclamation mark. Always keep it in your mind. Now let's see the uses of a few interjections in our language. Number one, oh, I forgot my bag. Hey, why are you pulling my bag? Now see, easily, carefully, er, really, hooray, yay, ouch, ah, aha. Can you see? Not only learn to write it, English is not only limited to writing things in your exam. English language has a very vast scope. Don't only learn how to write punctuation marks, how to write the full stop, where to place the question mark. Also learn to express them while speaking English language. At Swiflearn, we are also having spoken English classes where we take care of these kind of things, whether the children are able to speak these sentences properly or not. So, English as a language is not limited only to writing things as answers in your exam, but you also need to speak it because the major purpose of a language is communication, not writing in the exams. So, learn to use these interjections. Oh, hey, aha, ah, this is how we speak these interjections. And different interjections have different uses. For example, sometimes you have to express annoyance that you're getting annoyed by a person. Oh, hey. Sometimes you express your dissatisfaction that you are not satisfied with something. Sometimes you express a doubt. Really? Sometimes you express your joy with the help of interjections like, hooray, I won the quiz. Sometimes you express your pain with the help of interjections. Ouch, I just hurt my knee. Sometimes you realize something. For example, aha, I got an idea. So you realized that you got an idea. Right? So there are different uses of interjections. They are used for different purposes in your life. Good evening, everyone. Good evening, Viraj, Ramjeet, everyone. Those who have joined late. We are doing punctuation marks and we are on the punctuation mark interjection. We are going to learn the uses of interjection. So I told you there are different uses of interjections. They can be used differently in different situations. So it is used after statements which are giving commands or which need some immediate action. Let's take an example. Go back to your class right now. What is this? Type in the comment box and tell me. Is it a command or a request? The sentence that I have just said, go back to your class right now. Is this a command or it is a request? Type in the comment box and tell me. It is a command or a request. Who's gonna tell me? Go back to your class right now. What is this? Command or request? All right. So I am getting some comments in the comment box that what is interjection? So I will show you. Interjection are some words. Words like this. Ouch. OMG. Wow. Help. Interjections are certain words which are used in your sentences to express strong feelings. And after your interjection, you have an exclamation mark. So, exclamation mark is another punctuation mark. And these words like OMG, ouch, wow, these are called interjections. Yes, Viraj and Ramjeet, the answers are correct. When I said, go back to your class right now, that's a command. That's not a request. So now see what you do whenever you say, go back to your class. So these are interjections, and you also have exclamation marks after them. Sometimes interjections are also used to lay emphasis or or after an interrogative sentence. For example, oh, comma, how mean of him. Did you see? This is a sentence which sounds like an interrogatory sentence. Oh, how mean of him. But it is ending with an exclamation mark. Why? Because you are having an interjection here. You are expressing your strong feelings. Oh, how mean of him. All right. So these were the uses of interjection. I hope you have understood now. Now we are here on another type of punctuation marks, which is actually really important to learn. Semicolon. You use this punctuation marks and this is called a comma. All right. And this is a punctuation marks in which you have a full stop, or you can say a dot on the top, and below it you have a comma. So together this punctuation mark is called a semicolon. And why this semicolon is used, people generally get confused in the use of semicolon and they tend to make mistakes. So let's learn the use of semicolon now. Semicolon is used to replace a period. Period means a full stop. Semicolon is used to replace a period to narrow the gap between two closely linked sentences. Now, what I am saying here, whenever you have two sentences and these two sentences are closely linked with each other, they are having a connection with each other. Okay. And you have to remove or replace the full stop. Then you replace the full stop with the help of a semicolon, because there is a very narrow gap between the two closely linked sentences. For example, call me tomorrow, you can give me an answer then. So these are basically not two different sentences. They are closely linked to each other. That is why instead of using period, period means full stop, we are using a semicolon here. Now, after this class, when you will try to learn this lesson of punctuation, try to read some stories, some passages, and try to find that where semicolon is being used. You have got to know the use of comma, full stop, question mark, exclamation mark, but semicolon is something different. So when now onwards you will read the stories or you will read some passages, try to find semicolons there and try to understand how semicolon is being used between two sentences that are closely linked to each other, and we generally use it to replace the full stop. Okay. Now After understanding the usage of semicolon and interjection, we have another symbol here and another punctuation mark, that is apostrophe, which is generally referred as a comma which is upwards, not downwards. So this is an apostrophe. The symbol is here. Please keep in your mind there are specific symbols and you need to recall them once you start writing passages or something. So this is the symbol of apostrophe. And where apostrophes are used to make contractions of words. Contract means what? Contract means something is becoming shorter. Whenever you fill the balloon with air, if it contracts, it is becoming shorter, and if it expands, it is becoming bigger. Expansion means becoming bigger, and contraction means becoming smaller. So when we want to make our words smaller or shorter, we make the use of contractions, and such contractions are made by using a symbol, a punctuation mark, which is apostrophe. For example, in spoken English and in written English, both of them you use apostrophe. How? They have. These are two different words. Now I have joined them to make a contraction, and that contraction is they. They have not done their work. I did not say they have not done their work. I said they've done their work. So what I'm doing, I am using this contraction in spoken English also and in written English also. Apostrophes are not limited to written English. They are used in spoken English also. For example, are plus not. Now we are going to make a contraction of both these words to make them shorter. Aren't. They aren't going to play. Aren't. Aren't. It means what? Are not. Now, third one. They plus will. Now, they both are going to come together. I'll make a contraction. And how I'm going to speak them? They'll not come to play today. They'll. So, what did I do? I made it short. Right? But how did I make it shorter? I made it shorter with the help of this magical punctuation mark here, which is called apostrophe. So, whenever you are placing the apostrophe, there are certain rules in how you place apostrophe after words. For example, they and have. After they, you place the apostrophe, you remove the first two letters, H and A, and VE comes after the apostrophe. Are not. ARER, and then N is here. After N you have apostrophe then T. So you have removed OT here. Then the third one, they as it is. After they you have apostrophe and you have to remove W and I in will. And this is how your contraction is going to look like. All right. So apostrophes are very useful. Please keep it in your mind, not only in written English, but also in spoken English. Okay, so I would like to ask a question. Anybody knows the contraction of this one? Anybody knows the contraction of this word? I'm going to write a word on the screen. Will not. Anybody knows the contraction? How do we use apostrophe in this word will not and make its contraction? If you know that, please type it in the comment box. If anybody knows how to make the word will not shorter, type it in the comment box, use apostrophe and make a contraction of will not. I'm waiting for the answers. We are left only with 5 minutes of the class. Quickly, everybody. Won't. I've got the answer in the comment box that the contraction of will not is won't. So every time we are not going to follow the same rule to make the contraction. There are different rules of converting words to their shorter forms, which we shall definitely do in the upcoming classes. We are not going to discuss it in detail right now. Yes. So won't is the contracted form of will not. We also use it in the spoken English, right? For example, I won't be attending the class today. So won't means I will not be attending the class today, right? So this is how we use apostrophe, not only to make the contractions, but also to show possession that something belongs to you. For example, Sam's dog, my parents, Jenna's father, Jenna's mother. So we also show possession with the help of apostrophes. We not only use them to make contractions. I hope you know the meaning of possession. Possession means that something belongs to you and it is yours. If I say Sam's dog, so the dog belongs to Sam. And here the use of apostrophe is apostrophe here is not making something shorter. It is trying to show the possession that the dog belongs to Sam, right? So, everybody, now with this, we come to the end of the lesson. This is all for today. We are left only with 4 minutes of the class. I am coming back to the main screen. And yes, so finally, let's recall which are the different punctuation marks that we did today. Before we recall it, it's time to recall that what actually punctuation is. So, like I told you, punctuations are some marks, some symbols that are used to create a sense and give clarity to your sentences. Different punctuation marks we have done. We started from capital letters, then we did full stop. We learn the use of full stop, where it is used in abbreviations, in initial letters. Then we also learn the use of comma to separate words from each other, right? To also, we also use comma in writing salutation of letters and while signing off. Keep it in your mind, like yours truly, yours sincerely. Then we also did question mark and we learned that they are used in interrogatory sentences. After this, we also did an exclamation mark, which is used to express strong feelings. Then we did some words like ouch, OMG, wow, help, which were interjections. After doing interjections, we learned another type of punctuation marks, semicolon. And this punctuation mark is used when there is a narrow gap between two sentences and the full stop could be removed. Then finally we did apostrophe to make shorter form of the words, to make their contractions, and also to show possessions that something belongs to you. So with this, we have completed the lesson of punctuation marks. I have revised it in a comprehensive way. I hope you like the session. If you like the session, then please do not forget to like the video, press the subscribe button, the bell icon, and share the video. So, this is me, Yashika, signing off for today. Swiflearn is going to come again very soon with a new video and a very interesting topic for you. Meanwhile, you can also log on to www.swiflearn.com. And what are you waiting for? Do not miss this opportunity. Book your free trial class soon. Bye bye, everybody. See you again. And Swiftlon is going to be back very soon with a new topic. Bye bye.